we interviewed Dr. Fabrice Robert from CCPA. He is R&D director of CCPA. He's also a veterinarian in Janzé in France. And he explained how he perceives the oxidative stress in young chicks as well as in piglets, and how it is related to lots of issues animal production is facing. So let's listen to Fabrice Robert first.
I'm Fabrice Robert. I'm in charge of the R&D department of the CCPA Group. CCPA Group is a premix company, and we are working with feed manufacturers. The story about oxidative stress began here 12, 13 years ago, when we wanted to explore the relationship between stress situations in farms and nutrition. Is there some nutritional needs that we don't take into account when we formulate the feed during this specific phase? And what we have found when exploring these specific phases of the life of animals is that during this stress situation, this stress situation induce oxidative stress, or could induce oxidative stress, and at the same time inflammation. So stress induces an increased response of the innate immune system. For example, when we look at the level of oxidative stress measured through the level of hydroperoxides in the blood of chicks the day they come into the farm, and we rely that with the level of mortality during the 10 first day, we can see a very good correlation, positive correlation, between the level of hydroperoxide in the blood of the chicks the day they enter the farms and the mortality during the 10 first days. So we can say that oxidative stress is a risk factor for health and mortality in farms, not only for the chicks but also for other species. And during the same trial, we have seen that the level of acute phase protein that are used to evaluate the level of inflammation measured at 10 days in the chicks' blood is correlated negatively with the growth of the chicks. So there is a game between oxidative stress and inflammation. One of the both is inducing the other one, but we don't know really the way it works. But oxidative stress is inducing, most of the time we see the same things in other species. Oxidative stress is increasing the risks of diseases and mortality, and the inflammation is decreasing the productivity of animals. And what we have seen after the weaning of piglets, it's a high amount of hydroperoxide in the blood of the piglets. This is an indicator of oxidative stress, and a huge amount of acute phase protein also in the blood of animals. This is an indicator of high inflammation phenomenon. On healthy animals, we can't see anything from outside of the animals. They look healthy, but they are not. And that's this huge level of oxidative stress explain why the sensibility of animals is higher for diseases at that time. And the high level of inflammation, we all know that inflammation has high energy costs, so it explains the decrease in the growth and the decrease of feed efficiency at that specific period of time. And probably the beginning of the story for the piglets at weaning in the gut. We all know that we have inflammatory phenomenon in the gut of the piglet just after the weaning.
Oxidative stress is not only a challenge at the animal level, it's also a challenge for the one in charge of the product finally consumed. We asked Dr. Thierry Mocotel from LDC Group in Sablé-sur-Sarthe in France to explain us what are the challenges he is facing and how oxidative stress is really perceived at the meat producing level. Let's listen to Thierry Mocotel.
LDC is a French leader of poultry industry, both on the retail and food service markets. I am the person in charge of research and development within this company. Our first major concern is related to the progressive increase of muscle growth issues, wooden breast, white stripping, Oregon disease, both on chicken and turkey meats. These problems are observed at a large scale in conventional and elaborated products. We do not know precisely the origin of these defects. We only can say that they have a very significant impact on meat quality. We also have evidence of links between meat acidity and quality during shelf life. This has been demonstrated especially on turkey red meat. A red meat with a lower pH is facing a bad evolution during shelf life, particularly a negative change of coloration. Scientific studies have already given evidence on the relation between oxidative stress and meat pH. As a conclusion, I would like to say that these elements are key issues for us and have a very high economic impact. These issues have to be solved if we want to deliver a consistent meat quality to our customers.